Hey guys, I'm back. It's week 32. I am now, like I said, 32 weeks as of yesterday. And I would have posted a blog for yesterday, but I was very upset, if you will, regarding our housing situation. So I just felt like it was best not to do any vlogs because I didn't want to get on here crying and whining about the whole thing. So moving forward, like I said, it's week 32. Nothing major going on. I'm not at going to the doctor every week just yet. I imagine that will be further along in the pregnancy. I have 8 weeks to go, so I guess it just give and take depending on the doctor. Um, but I actually go back for the second echocardiogram for the baby and the actual checkup both next week. So of course I'll keep you guys posted on that. In other news, I feel like for week 32, I've been nauseous, not physically throwing up, so that's been good. Really, really, really exhausted. I think I mentioned that for week 31, so it's still going strong. And I think I jinxed myself last week because I said that I didn't really have any cravings and nothing was really a big deal to me. And this week, all I wanted was junk food. And it doesn't help that I can't have chocolate because of the caffeine in chocolate. So, needless to say, it has been very difficult to kind of keep my hands off all the junk food and cheesecakes and things that are around. But I am managing it well because, like I said before, that I was borderline gestational diabetes, and I don't want to risk my health or the baby's health over something that I can definitely enjoy well after pregnancy. So, other than that, I wanted to show you guys this bag that I made for my daughter. My husband and I will present this at the hospital. It's not my intellectual idea. I saw it online, and actually my doctor during one of our checkups mentioned something about getting my daughter a gift to help with her transition from being an only child to now having a sibling. And since I'm an only child, so is my mother and my grandmother. Of course, that's not something that ever crossed my mind. So, but I thought it was a great idea to help her because she is used to the attention being on her, and I don't want her to feel jealous in any way. I don't know if it can be prevented, but we are trying our best. So inside the bag, I have a little frame that we got from Michael's. My hope is that she'll color it, and the first picture that I take of her and the baby at the hospital will eventually go here. We have just little coloring activity for her to do while at the hospital. Either if she's waiting on the baby to arrive or after the baby arrives and she's just visiting. A Doc McStuffins coloring book. So I also add some crayons. I don't have those in the bag just yet. I've heard there's a lot of good books on readings or books for siblings or older kids who are about to have their first little sibling. So we got this one, and I read through a few pages and I thought it was sort of cute. Again, I'm sure there's plenty more out there. I heard of one with the characters of the Bernstein Bears, but I didn't see that at Barnes and Noble. So I just went with what they had because I don't want to waste time when the concept is pretty much the same. And again, this is what the bag looks like. These are ironed on, not stitched. And that, like I said, the final idea came from things that I saw online. And I saw some really beautiful bags online that could be purchased for not necessarily anything expensive, maybe $15 to $35. But my grandmother mentioned that it might be more heartfelt if we just made it ourselves. We did spend more than the $25 or $35 purchasing the items, but again, I think it's well worth it because, you know, we designed the bag and it's straight from us. So although the idea is not from us, it's our design. And other than those items, my husband and I talked about possibly getting her a charm bracelet, her first charm bracelet, and adding the big sister charm to her bracelet. She loves jewelry. She's really a girly girl. So I think that would be it. So if I see some other things, I'll throw them in there. But otherwise, she has plenty of things to keep her happy at home. So I'm not going to add too many toys. And as I mentioned yesterday, I was very upset because we had some house news that pushed our closing date out to July 15th. Um, and my due date is July 30th. So that was very upsetting for me. Mostly, not that things doesn't change and that's still an estimated date. It was more or less if my husband hadn't called to follow up with the bank and see what the progress was, we would have never known that we needed to have some additional things done on the home as far as an appraisal. I believe we have to have two appraisals for whatever reason. Um, we wouldn't have known. So when were we going to find out? You know what I mean? So that was just really upsetting because it's like that lack of communication. It's just, in my opinion, uncalled for. And we are first time home buyers, so we don't know all the right questions to ask. But things like that should be a part of, you know, your checklist when looking at the individuals that's purchasing a home and what kind of loan they're using. Because apparently this second appraisal is because we have a FHA loan. So a non-conventional or conventional loan, they don't have to go through that. So it was just very upsetting to learn that at the last minute we may get pushed out to July 15th, depending on when people decide to get their job done. And it's very frustrating for me, feeling like I'm in limbo based on somebody else, depending on someone else to do their job. I don't like that feeling. I don't have any control over making sure that a job gets done. I don't know them, I can't see them, and I don't have a phone number to continue to follow up. So, other than that, I will do my belly shot and get out of here. I try not to keep you guys long. So, side, front. So, that's it. So, I will see you guys in a few days. Bye.